Have you ever seen makeup videos and felt absolutely clueless as to how girls were looking so great with bronzer and contour, and the whole makeup tutorial made sense except for that part? We'll try to fix that in this video. Hi girls. So in this video I am going to demonstrate a kind of toasty summer makeup look, if you will. I think it's very similar to the very trending Aussie makeup on which I've been seeing a lot on my feed, and I have a hot take that both are basically the same. Like, think about it, both are very bronzy, very soft, sun-kissed kind of glow that makes you look like you've spent the entire day at the beach when we've actually been in our bed doom scrolling. So let's get right into it. And in the beginning I've used my usual moisturizer for a healthy base, and I massage it into my skin. I then went in with a pore filling primer and really pressed it into the areas where I have pores, which is mostly my nose, my forehead, my chin. I then go in with the L'Oreal Infallible tinted serum. It was my mom's, so it was not a very great shade match, but the finish was really good. Like, it just felt like a moisturizer on my skin. It did not even feel like a BB cream. And the finish was very satiny, very soft, very skin-like. If you girls have no pigmentation, which is rare for brown girls, or you don't prefer a very heavy, high coverage kind of base, then you can absolutely go for it. You can see the difference. I have applied it on one half of my face initially so as to see how it was looking, and it looks pretty great. I mean, the shade was a little off, but since this is a very bronzy kind of makeup, it came out together in the end very beautifully. The serum was really good, I would say, for a makeup beginner if you don't like a very high coverage product, as I said. I blended it in with a beauty blender and I used my fingers in the end, but I think it's a very watery product, so you can go in with your fingers as well as your BB cream, beauty blender, if you want more coverage. In real life, the finish looked very satiny, very skin-like. It did not look like I had any product on my skin whatsoever, let alone a foundation or a BB cream even. After that, I went in with the Inside contour stick on the periphery of my forehead. I also dabbed some very lightly on the highest points of my face, basically on my cheekbones. I did not draw straight harsh lines because that would make the look really harsh. I did not want any harsh lines whatsoever on my face, and I blended it all in with a beauty blender.
Wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded.
After that, I draw a very straight line across from the outer edge of my eyes where we basically draw a liner. I saw this trick on an Instagram reel and I wanted to try it, and it did give me a very lifted kind of look, as if I just had some eye surgery kind of a situation, and my eyes looked really lifted. And I slowly blend the outer harsh lines of that particular line I drew. I do not blend the whole line entirely, just the outer edges, like kind of diffuse it into your skin kind of situation. And then I go in with some concealer. I try to cut my crease. Basically, I put the concealer up to my crease and then I open my eyes completely so as to point the line, mark the line, I mean, where my natural crease finishes. I then take a tiny cutesy beauty blender and I blend the concealer in. I then go in with a white eyeshadow on the inner corners of my eyes. I love a good light, almost kind of whitish inner corner. It gives my face like a dimension sort of thing, and I like that look very much. I then go in with a very cream colored, almost like my own skin color eyeshadow, and I blend it on the entirety of my lids. After that, I take a slightly dark brownish kind of eyeshadow, I take very little of it and I kind of pack it into the outer edge of my eye. I then go in with the bronzer. So this is the Makeup Revolution bronzer. I'll mention the shade in the description. It is very good if you are my skin shade, or even a shade or two darker. Even if you're darker than me, this bronzer will look really good. It might show up a little less, but it'll look very natural. I think it's a great shade for Indian girls who are around my shade, and I'll mention the shades in the description. So I've basically done my entire face with this particular bronzer in this makeup look. I've used it as my bronzer, as my eyeshadow, as my contour. It's a very basically all-in-one kind of bronzer. I then go in with some cream-based highlighter on the inner corners of my eyes, and just I draw a line along the crease. After defining the inner corners, I go in with a lip liner. Yes, you heard that right, a lip liner, and I draw my liner with the lip liner. I basically tight line my upper eyelash, lash line I mean, with the lip liner. After tight lining my upper lash line, I go in with some concealer again on my under eyes, because the tinted serum was nice, but my under eyes call for some extra coverage. So I went in with the concealer. I put the concealer wherever it was required, like wherever I have pigmentation. I did not cut my eyebrows, so around that area I put some concealer, and around my mouth because I have like a significant amount of pigmentation there.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red.
After that, I again take the same bronzer I've used on my entire face. I take the same bronzer on a very flat, tiny brush, and I very lightly smudge my lower lash line. I did this to make the eye look put together, and like the basically entire bronzer color is spread uniformly throughout my eyes. So I did that. Putting the bronzer on my lower lash line gave a very kind of defined and a smudged out romantic soft look to the makeup. Then I applied some mascara very lightly on the outer lash line. I wasn't going anywhere outside, so I really went really light with the makeup because I had nowhere to go. I would just wash off the makeup after taking some pictures. So after that, I again go in with the same bronzer. I take some of the bronzer on the same eyeshadow brush and I contour my nose with the same bronzer. I smudge the bronzer with my finger on my nose and I keep blending until I feel it looks nice, and I was really quite impressed with how it looked. I mean, it looked really good. To make the makeup look really seamless, I went in with a brownish pink kind of lipstick as my blush. It was in the same shade range as the bronzer, and after blending in the blush and when I put the bronzer, it all merged very seamlessly. You see me here applying some bronzer again on the perimeters of my forehead. So basically, if you get like a nice shade of bronzer that is very close to your skin tone but like a shade or two darker, and it's the right undertone. If you are a neutral, get a neutral bronzer. If you're a warm toned girly, get a warm toned bronzer like me. I am using a very warm toned bronzer here, and I'll mention the shade in the description. And I am applying it really roughly on the outer perimeters of my face, just to make it look like I have a healthy glow, not even a tan kind of situation. It looks really glowy in real life as well. It does not look like I've been dragged through the mud or something. I blend the bronzer very seamlessly with the blush. And I keep blending until I'm satisfied with it. Basically, I do lots and lots of blending, and ultimately I'll suggest that you go in with a big blush brush like I am using. It helps the bronzer and the powders and the blush to mix very evenly. I then go in with a very dark terracotta kind of lip liner on my lips. I don't overline much. I just go along the natural lines of my lips, but then I have full lips. If you don't have, or you're not blessed with full lips, then please go ahead and overline if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. After doing my lip liner, I go in with the cult favorite lipstick, Nude Nuance by Maybelline. It's a very creamy bullet lipstick, and everyone and their mothers have it basically, and it's a pretty color. It'll suit all skin shades and tones, all Indian skin shades and tones, I mean. I then go in with the same lip liner as a freckle pen, and I draw in my freckles very roughly, very randomly. And this was the first time I tried freckles on, and it looked really cute. I was obsessed, and please do try it if you haven't yet and you're scared as a brown girly. After drawing on the freckles, I blend it in again with the same tiny cutie beauty blender, and it looks very natural. It does not look like fake freckles at all. I also made my already existing natural moles a little bit darker, my beauty marks I mean. I then go in the end I go in with the Maybelline setting powder under my eyes, not on my entire face, because if you use the setting powder on your entire face, it will just dry up your makeup and dull down the glow of the bronzer, so I do not recommend that. So I went in with the setting powder only in areas where I needed it, under my eyes, around my mouth, that's it. And here's the finished makeup look. I hope you guys liked it. Do like, comment and subscribe, and if you want me to do any more looks, please do let me know. Bye bye.